All right, good evening, and welcome to the Caballeros Conexion live edition. We are live at McIntyre's on North Star, Lone Star, over off of 410. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We're going to have a good show. This is the kickoff. So the purpose of this podcast is to spread the word about the San Antonio Caballeros. For those who do not know who they are a local football team that's going to be starting play here very, very soon, actually. So in our show, I got a coach that we'll be talking to, and we got several players that we'll be talking to. So if you are interested in joining the show, just go ahead and drop your comments and questions in the comments below. And while you're at it, please like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff that you're supposed to do on social media. So I really appreciate you, everybody. So I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back on this side break, we're going to have a very special guest, a very special player. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. And welcome back to the Caballeros Conexion Live. I have a very special guest with us, Nate Hayden, quarterback of the San Antonio Caballeros. So welcome back to the show, Nate. Since the last time we talked, I understand we had some big news. So tell us what happened.
I got married.
Well, that's some big news, all right.
That is.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So when did you get married?
I got married about a month ago.
Okay, so shortly after the last show. Huh?
Yeah, right after it.
Oh, nice. How'd the wedding? Where did you guys get married at?
We got married at a venue up outside of Dallas.
Okay.
Pretty big wedding, and then we honeymooned in Cancun and stuff.
Nice.
And then we moved down here right after.
Okay.
I got a job working at a high school here.
Oh, really? Which high school?
Warren High School.
Okay.
I'm the quarterback coach for this year.
Oh,
so
very nice.
I've been doing spring ball over there with the kids and
That's awesome.
teaching them a little bit. And it also gives me a free place to work out and
There you
be
go.
on the field and stuff.
Nice. So you said you honeymooned in Cancun. Funny enough, that's where I honeymooned at when I got married.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to in Cancun?
We went to, I think it was called Majestic Elegance. It was a resort.
Yes, it's the same place that we went to.
Yeah.
Yes, it was like all inclusive.
Yeah,
It was
all-inclusive resort.
amazing. It was the biggest decision I had to make is which swimming pool to swim in.
Yeah,
or
there's a
what
bunch of
drink. It was amazing.
It was a good time.
Yes, absolutely. But we went in November, and it was still very, very pleasurable.
Yeah.
Yes, actually. So, congratulations to you and your new bride, and congratulations on your job at the high school. So, tell us about what you've been doing in preparation for the season since we last talked.
Still working. I mean, it was busy with the wedding and the honeymoon and everything, and then packing up all our stuff and moving down here. But since I got in with the school, we practice in the morning, and I'm not a teacher till next fall.
Right.
So I coach the kids in spring ball I'm up there from 6 a.m. to 9:30, 9:45 or so with the kids. As soon as they get out, I've had people coming up to the school, and I've been throwing with them for an hour or two, and then I go in the weight room when nobody's in there. I've been working out in there, running on the field. The trainers at the school have been working on my shoulder. I've been using the school as a resource for me to do everything I need to do, and then I'm already around to give everything I got for the kids too. So that's what I've been doing the last few weeks since I got down here.
Okay. So how's it like teaching and coaching kids? Or what age?
High school.
High school. So 9th through the 12th grade.
Yeah,
Huh?
so.
Okay. So all positions or just the quarterback?
My main position is quarterback, but I can kind of jump around and do some work with everybody. And since I'm young, they have a lot of fun with me. You know, I can relate a little bit, and they like to have fun with me. And I jump in with the drills sometimes and show them or throw the ball to them and make it fun. And I really just want football to be fun for them and want them to want to be there, want to learn, want to compete, and just kind of create the best atmosphere I can for them.
Okay. So now you're teaching high school kids at quarterbacking. How is that helping you become more of a leader on the field in your career?
I've actually noticed that coaching, I feel like it helps me as a player a lot. Like little details that like I'm coaching them so hard on. It's like, how am I going to turn around and not do those things? And it keeps me more mindful about those little things as well. And so like I feel like, because I started training kids and running camps and stuff like a year or so ago, and I just feel like I see the field better and my footwork is better, my reads are better because I'm doing what I'm teaching.
Okay, excellent. So I could take it that you're teaching them footwork, and then you're like, oh, wait a second, I need to do that myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
Have they been giving you any feedback as far as the coaching goes, or any feedback, and constructive criticism that maybe you're taking on for yourself?
They all just say they love it and that they haven't really had this detailed of work before at quarterback and this much knowledge being given to them and freedom. And we're doing stuff different over there now. I'm teaching them how to call the protections and letting them call the protections and putting a lot of responsibility in their hands and trying to empower them and push them. And like when they're not doing anything, we're doing indie drills on the side.
Right.
Like they're always working, always doing something, always trying to get better. And just they seem like they're really enjoying it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so now the season is going to be starting for you guys. Wow, right around the corner, very soon. I understand you're going to be reporting for camp next week.
Yeah, I believe next Sunday.
All right. So you excited about that?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to play.
All right.
It's tough not playing. Like I'm done waiting. I'm ready to play.
Excellent. Excellent. So what have you been improving in your craft since the last time we talked?
I've worked a lot on just trying to get faster. It's never been my game. It never will be, honestly, but at least to the extent that I can and to be able to extend plays and do those things and just making sure like I'm in the groove with our plays. Like when I go throw routes on there, it's always just working through our concepts and my reads within those concepts and just like little details of those, cleaning all that up.
Okay, excellent. So my understanding is that the season's probably going to go until August, and then you're starting teaching in September. Yeah. So there's really no break for you at all.
No, I like it that way.
All right. So when it comes to your preparation and your workout routine, what's a typical day for you when it comes to training?
You know, like I always just adapt my schedule training-wise right now to whatever else I've got going on, but I definitely get after it. Like if I'm throwing routes, I'm throwing for like 2 hours, and I'm probably doing drills at the beginning and then running through all our concepts. And you know, maybe one day's red zone, one day's quick game focus, one day's our intermediate game, whatever, just working stuff like that. And then when I work out, get after it. I mean, I have like a full stretch routine and arm care routine, and I do a lot of isometric holds and stuff, trying to work on. I feel like that's good for your health to do like long isometrics, like 1 minute holds and stuff of different parts of my body, get a sweat going with all that, and then I'll jump into some type of workout. And I always have arm care stuff because I throw so much. I can never say no to throwing.
Right.
I'll throw with the kids, and then I'll train, and then I'll go throw when I'm training somebody, and then someone hits me up about throwing, so I'll go throw there. And so I do a lot of arm care in my workouts, kind of like a pitcher.
Right.
There's a lot of like stuff like that within my workouts, but I'm still hitting the big things, like the main things too, like your squat, your bench, your clean. I'll get after it. I mean, I'll be in there for 2 hours, you know, just going at it. So just trying to be the best I can be.
Okay, excellent. So, what are you and your wife planning on doing here now that you've moved here in San Antonio? What is she going to be doing?
She works. She's worked as an interior designer. She did it. Um, she's been doing it for a company in Dallas, and so now
Okay.
she's working remotely
Okay.
here. So that was a blessing that she got to keep working that job while we moved and not have that stress or problem over our
Yeah.
heads. And then we're gonna try to get into the community together, try restaurants. I like to fish, so we're gonna go to the rivers and stuff.
Okay. Absolutely.
Do that type of stuff. See, just get it whatever we can. She came to the spring game last night. We had like a coaching crisis where our OC got the flu.
Ooh.
And even though I've only been here like 10 days, I called the plays for both teams for the spring game last
No
night.
kidding.
And she was at the spring game. And it's nice for her. Like, football is nice because it brings community.
Right.
And that allows not only me, but also her to, like, have a community of people to get involved with. So we're not, like, by ourselves out here. So it's
Okay.
nice.
All right. So you've been here in San Antonio for how long now?
Maybe
Weeks?
a couple weeks, yeah.
Okay. So what is your favorite place to go to eat?
We've been trying, like, different Mexican food restaurants every few days.
That's
So I don't know. I don't know what's my favorite yet.
Okay. All right. Well, if you want some good pointers, my wife, she's born and raised here in San Antonio. She knows all the good spots.
I need the spots.
So-
I need the spots.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Ned. Greatly appreciate you for coming on. I know you got a lot of people here at McIntyre's for the meet and greet, so mingle on with everybody. And thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for doing this.
Yes, sir.
I know it helps us a lot with you showing up for us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that was Nate Hayes, the quarterback for the San Antonio Caballeros. So we are live here at McIntyre's North Star. So if you're in the area, come on by and say hello to all the players and the coaches we have here. I'm going to take a quick break, and when we come back from the break, it'll be our second and goal play. We'll have another player to interview. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, and we are back for our second and goal play. So we have another very special guest. So please tell us, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Colton Ninjas.
Hi, Colton. So what position do you play?
Long snapper.
Long snapper. All right, the unsung hero of the football team, the one that no one really pays attention to unless something messes up. All right, so Colton, where are you from?
Well, right now I live in Temple, Texas. Temple, Belton area.
Okay.
All over the U.S. My dad was military Air Force.
Okay.
So I was born in Kansas, and then after a couple of years, Alaska, and then Florida. Last base was Lincoln Heath in the UK. So I graduated high school in the UK.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Nice.
But now that I'm out of college, be in the the great state of Texas.
There you go. There you go. All right. So, what college did you go to?
Well, a few. So I went to Concordia College, Moorhead, coming out of high school. To D3 up in Moorhead, Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yes. Yes. I'm a Minnesotan myself. Yes, sir. Up by the Canadian border. Yeah. I was at by International Falls.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, after one semester, decided it wasn't for me. So I went to the junior college route, went to Blinn College in Brennan, Texas.
Okay.
And, I was there for 2 years and was fortunate enough to get a ride to Alcorn State. So I finished out there. So
Okay.
my goal was to go D1, and it is FCS, but it is D1.
Nice. Okay. So, have you been a long snapper your entire football career, or is it just something that you fell into?
No, actually, I grew up playing skill positions and ended up playing DN in high school. And I thought I was just going to be in college as a DN. And when I got to D3, I started snapping for them. And I went to Flynn, still snapping for them. And I found Kyle Filter in social media. He runs Special Teams University.
Okay.
I've just kind of been with him since 2017. At some point, I transitioned from DM, tight end type deal, to home launch. So
That's an interesting transition.
Yeah.
So, what's it like being a long snapper?
It's very technical, just like any specialist. Kicker, hunter, and snapper, they're all very technical. You have one simple job, one straightforward job, but you can mess up, and there's a big consequence that affects the entire team. So one bad snap, one bad punt, a missed field goal, all three specialists have the same thing to deal with. You have to be consistent, or you get cut.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like just like a quarterback, make sure you stay on the quarterback and he does a pick, or a couple of bad passes, whatever. You just kind of move on. One bad snap, you could potentially lose the game from
That's
your
right.
one snap.
That's right.
So, special teams is a huge part of the game.
Right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, I'm not very familiar with the long snapper, but I've heard that there's like a certain rotation on the football that you got to have to get it to the guy who actually holds it and catches it for the kicker. Is that any true to life rotation?
Kind of. The rotation comes through the wrist and kind of the flick through your fingers at the end, but it's very. There's a lot of like any throwing sport or any sport. There's always a build-up of your body to take your momentum and your energy into one small spot. Whether you're hitting a baseball or pitching, it's the same deal with snapping. It's just a different mechanic. But, it's a lot of fun. I love training it. I love talking about it. And it's not really.
Okay. So how far away are you from the holder? So how far do you have to snap the ball back?
Typically, especially these 8 yards, ball to 7. Some professional teams do like 7.5 or just a squeak past 8. It's really a talk with the snapper and the holder to get laces really. Because if you give bad laces, you can mess up the kicker. You don't want your kicker kicking the laces. So you have to have a good relationship.
That's a real thing. Laces out is a real thing. Okay.
Yeah, so you have to snap 8 yards and not get lucky and know how to get the laces in a certain position every single time.
And then you're doing it kind of upside down. Because when I watch it on TV, I always see the long snapper. They're looking between their legs upside down to hike the ball. So are you looking at everything upside down, or?
I am.
Interesting. So you're snapping a ball upside down, 8 yards between your legs, with a certain rotation on the ball to get the laces out, so that we have a good kick.
Exactly. And then you can give the same rotation, but your effort is different, or something changed, and the laces are going to be upside down, to the side. So you have, it's not just about the rotation, it's about repeating the exact same. So you can get the laces exactly where you want. You're almost a robot.
That's so like it. But a very important piece to the whole mechanics. Because it's always kind of funny that in football you have 11 guys out there who are beating each other up. They're getting dirty and they're getting hurt and stuff. And at the end of the game, Here comes the kicker who's got the nice, clean uniform that hasn't breaking a sweat, and he's the one that's out there that could possibly have the win the game, but he can't do that without you doing your job precisely, like almost an exact science.
Yep.
And you do have to do it over and over and over.
Yeah, I mean, it's a process. I have to do my job. After I'm done, the holder has to catch the ball to do his job. He places it off of this spot that he agreed with the kicker. It could result in a shank, maybe. Or, and if I snap or the laces are backwards to the side, and the holder hasn't practiced enough to correct it, it could affect the kicker too. So it's just a chain of events that needs to be solid.
Wow, didn't realize there was that much involved in the long snapper. Excellent. So, what are you doing in your personal life? What do you do outside of football?
I got married about a year ago. We just had a baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you. She's 3 months old now. So I'm striving for work, trying to help support. And my wife's doing around online. A lot of business stuff. So that's really good for us. Just training, working out, doing what I can, and was able to get this opportunity. So I think that's great.
Excellent. That's really good. That's really awesome. So, what advice would you have for a young player who is looking at getting into football and possibly even wanting to be a long snapper? What kind of advice would you give that young kid?
So I guess specifically long snapping, I would say everybody, but I think long snapping is looked at a very unathletic position, which it can be. I'm sure there are a lot of unathletic snappers, but to get recruited at a high level, whether it's in high school or professional, you can't just snap the ball. Every snapper can do that.
Right.
You have to be more snap. You have to be able to block if you're first down. You have to run a decent 40. The guys, the returns, they're running a 4.4. I don't run a 4.4. So I'm not going to beat him with speed, but I have to beat him with angles. Right? If I can't get there to make the tackle with my angle, then I have to put my teammates in the spot to be able to make that angle. So I would say to a young potential snapper, don't be afraid to be a snapper. You can still be very athletic. I grew up wrestling all life, competed in national tournaments and stuff. I thought I would be a DN or a tight end or something different, but I ended up snapping. I wouldn't go back.
That's right. Again, long snappers, yes, you might have to tackle out there. And you're right. You take them by angles, and so you got to be able to be in good shape to possibly outrun some guy and blocking and tackling. So it's not just snapping the ball and calling it good.
Right. I mean, there's a linebacker that's going to try to stop you on point. You can't just let him bully you. You have to wait. You have to learn
Yeah, exactly. So what is their typical workout routine? What does that look like?
In terms of like snapping?
Yeah, like going to the gym. And do you have a routine where you wake up at 3 a.m. and run 10 miles? Or
I definitely don't run 10 miles. I do run a little bit. But just your typical lifts. Your upper body, lower body, all that good stuff everybody else does. In terms of snapping, there's more technical things, which may be surprising. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with other different balls from other sports. So like soccer balls, tennis balls, softballs. There's different drills. It's kind of hard to show you from here. There's a lot of different technical things that you can get your muscle memory.
Right.
So when you're snapping football, you don't have to think about it. So it's really anything, any position that's supposed to be important. Yeah, like Kyle Stelter, the guy that I was talking about earlier, was a snapping coach. He's introduced all these different balls from different sports. And at first, they're like, how's that going to happen? That's not football. But it really works. So,
okay. So last question is, what do you plan on doing after your football career is done? You hit the showers and retire from the game.
After I'm done with football, I'd love to coach. Be either a specialist coach, which isn't super common. I live in like the Temple Belton area. It's UMHB, Marriott Miller. They do have a specialist coach.
Okay.
So I was able to go out there and get on the field experience. Obviously not getting paid, but the experience is important.
Yes, sir.
So just to kind of see what the special teams does, what the specialist coaches do, kind of see the process. Because I've always been a able to player,
Mhm.
instead of looking outside in and kind of understanding the lives and the mental process of coaches rather than just being puzzled in play. So I think that's great.
Yes,
But
sir.
I'm hoping somewhere local like Baylor or
Okay.
I can go in and be a specialist coach. If I'm a special teams coordinator, I don't think I'm going to jump straight to Baylor. But
Right.
I'm sure some schools have some spots to kind of learn.
Okay. That sounds great. Well, thank you. I appreciate you for hopping in and giving a little insight on a very, I would say, a little known position in football. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
So great to have you.
Right there. And good luck in the season, and I can't wait to see you out there on the field. All right. All right. That was our long snapper for the San Antonio Caballeros, giving us some good insight onto a very little known position. I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we will begin our third and goal play, and I will have another player. So I will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
like running back, receiver, um, some outside backer as well, and then I kicked all throughout high school also. So my best is probably receiver and back, kind of a hybrid athlete. I
Okay.
call myself. So yeah,
Okay. Excellent. So you're like a Swiss Army knife. Huh?
exactly.
You do
Yeah,
it all.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, West Welker, Swiss Army knife. That's right.
Okay. So what position would you prefer to play? Well, like, what would you say is your best
Yeah.
position?
So my best, I think, is slot receiver.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I'd probably split it though between slot receiver and I think like a running back, like a Christian McCaffrey type. I have really good hands. That's kind of where I've always excelled. Yeah, my hands and just the football IQ. Creating space, finding the gaps. Just having the just the getting on the same levels, as quarterbacks and building those connections and everything is what I've always kind of been good at. And yeah, obviously I'm not a huge guy, so I kind of have to take what I have and apply that where I can, and just find those little nicks and knacks to hit. So yeah.
Okay. Excellent. So, what does your training regimen look like? What's your typical day?
Yeah. So, while I've been in Florida mostly, it's I wake up, have some training sessions usually in the mornings. I'm gonna work out in myself. Usually hit some gym, 45 minutes or so. Or split goes, just depends what I want to work on. I'm kind of working on a lot lately, obviously, with this league coming up and this team, knowing I've had a shot for this. So, yeah, just working on everything from speed and power to strength training, a little bit of endurance training, just kind of get myself in the best shape that I can be in, really. But yeah, sometimes I would alternate that, do like a day of field work after the workout, or maybe the next day is my main field day work. So that's where I'm working on more of the agility stuff, the more plyometric type of things, jumps, sprints, stuff like that, routes on air, throwing with a group of guys, doing things like that, just getting some kicking in as well. So, like I said, a little bit of everything, just to kind of keep everything,
Yes, sir.
seasoned.
Yes, sir.
Call it that.
So, what do you do outside of football?
Outside of football, I love to travel. So anything, I love exploring new places. Can be anything from hiking to swimming to fishing, riding dirt bikes, just going on just kind of exploring a new city. It doesn't really matter what it is. I'm not a picky person. It's just, I'm easy. I'm open. So, yeah, I have a close knit with my family and our pets, and live a pretty simple life, but yeah, enjoyable though. So yeah, pretty much anything.
Yeah. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah, absolutely. So, have you been to downtown yet and explored like the Alamo and the Riverwalk and all that?
We've been twice, I believe. Once my wife and I, Kaylee, went down probably 2 or 3 days after we got here. We needed a break from unpacking everything.
Yes.
So it was, some late nights doing that.
Yes.
We used that as one of our breaks. Went down to the Riverwalk and explored that a little bit. Got something to eat down there. And we went back. My parents were in town visiting a weekend or two ago, so we took them down to just kind of see that. My dad, he was stationed here in the Army a while ago, so he's lived in San Antonio for a little while before, but it's been a while. So just kind of getting out, showing them a little bit. Not that we know much about it yet, but showing them showing them what we knew. And the Alamo we've not been to yet. It's definitely on the list, so it's something we want to check out soon.
There you go. Yep.
We're probably gonna get out tomorrow. Head to probably somewhere somewhat local and check out something else. I think got to figure out what, but definitely looking forward to exploring the area more. It's got plenty to offer. So,
yes, sir. So, what kind of food do you like to eat?
That's always a hard question for me. I'm a foodie. My whole family's we're a bunch of foodies.
Okay.
We love Italian food.
part Italian, so that
Well, makes sense.
translates. Yep, big Boston guy. Mexican food, always
Of
good.
course.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try for about anything, but I would probably say those would be my top two favorite cuisines. But yeah,
All right. Excellent. Well, there's definitely some good food around here. I'll probably my wife will probably get with you
Yeah.
later to give you all the local dives and some local foods that you can eat that are not touristy traps.
Awesome.
Some really
Yeah.
good stuff there. Right. So, what is it you plan on doing after football once your career is over with?
After football, that's been a tough decision for me for a while now. I think mostly because I have interest in so many different things. It's kind of a blessing and a curse. A lot of people say, and I tend to agree with that. Um, yeah, I kind of have like a unconventional mind. I've never picked one thing and been like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do with football. When football comes to an end, like I'm not sure yet. I've got interest in real estate, obviously health and fitness, personal training, possibly just training athletes, having my own gym one day. I don't know. Yeah, real estate, health and fitness. I mean, also the restaurant industry a little bit too. Probably not full blown restaurant, but something like a smoothie shop, health, kind of place, something like that. Yeah, it'll probably be a little slice of one of those, maybe one of the other, maybe a little bit of a mix of some of those other ones that I mentioned. But yeah, not totally 100% sure yet, but find out.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, since you said you are Italian and you love Italian food, if you find a really good Italian place, you should let me know because I'm a big time
I will. Yeah.
Italian fan.
Yeah. And likewise to you.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll be
sir.
on the hunt for sure.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. I'll let you get back to mingling with all the fans here at McIntyre's, and I'm really glad that you came on. I look forward to seeing you out there on the field.
Yep, I appreciate that.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
very much.
Thank you. All right, and that was.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay.
All right, that was a very special guest. I can't believe that he came by and said hello. I really, really appreciated it. And we're going to take a break, and I come back, and we'll start our fourth angle. So I'll be right back. So don't go anywhere. And I am back for the conclusion of our show. This was a Caballeros win. I want to thank the Caballeros, especially Mr. Quincy Workman, for arranging this meet and greet and for allowing me to cover the team and give me some good access to it. I really appreciate him and all his efforts he's done. We are at McIntyre's Lone Star or North Star. So if you are in the area, stop by and say howdy. We got some merchandise on the tables here. There's a nice crowd. There, I can show you the crowd here. So yeah, got a nice little crowd. So yeah, if you are in the area, stop on by, say howdy. They would love to see you. They got some merch there on the table, some T-shirts and some cups. So stop on by, say howdy. We are the San Antonio Caballeros. We're going to be starting their season here very soon. I think camp starts in just a week, and then the season will begin 2 weeks after that. They'll be playing at the Tom Benson Stadium, which is the stadium of the UYW Cardinals. So it could be a very good time. We're seeing some good players here. They are very good people. They're local. The team is local. The owners are local. They're here. They're going to be San Antonio's team, so come out and support them. Again, I want to say thank you to the Caballeros coaches and staff for this event. I really appreciate it. And thank you to all the players for coming out there and interviewing with me. I was very blessed to have them on the show. Well, I think that's it for this video. It's time for this caballo to be put into the crowd, at least until the next episode. Until then, San Antonio, Montemos, let's ride.